Perfect, here we go. So, a nice little session, again planned for you today with the help of some extra participants. So you might see them darting in and off the screen, that's all good. We're going to get warmed up. All you're going to need today is a resistance band in terms of equipment, okay, and your mats. Resistance band, beautiful Milo, that's exactly what we need. Okay, let's start moving. In any case, with some nice big shoulder rolls. So just rolling your shoulders up towards your ears, pulling them back down. So I know at the moment it's a little bit difficult for people to join in live if you're homeschooling. At any point, if you want your kiddies to join in and use it as their PE lesson, then do it, okay? Obviously just keep an eye on them. These moves are designed for adults predominantly, but there's no reason why if your child is fit and healthy they can't get involved as well. Okay, nice big rolls with the shoulders, pulling the elbows up. Good. So just really working through, and I'm swaying my hips a little bit into this one, just as we do it. And then we're going to come around in the other direction. So elbows are coming out still and rolling through. Good, just loosening everything off. How are you feeling, guys? Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us live, then all you need to do is get stuck in. We're just starting in with our warm-up. Good. So you're swaying your arms now, just letting them go heavy and loose down by your side. Again, just rocking your hips into this one slightly. Lovely. A couple more of these, and then we're going to bring it into an overhead stretch. So reaching up and out, and you can pulse it slightly here, or you can hold steady. So whichever feels good for you, but you want to try and create that nice bit of space down in your rib cage. Oh, good. I've already done a core session today and I'm feeling this one. So if you're feeling a little bit tight, or if you've been sat down or doing lots of carrying, this is a lovely one to do. To just stretch and reach up. Reach up. Good. 2 and 1. From here, you're going to hinge at the hips and let your arms come all the way forward. So keep that belly button pulled in towards your spine. Keep the legs straight, so just pull the kneecaps up slightly. Come down as far as you're comfortable with. Let the arms dangle heavy, and you should feel a nice stretch up the backs of your legs, okay? And then I just want you coming over from one side to the other. So reaching down, trying to just touch either your shins or your ankles or your toes if you're bending down lower. Wherever feels good, but again should feel like a nice stretch up the back of your legs. So just keep swaying side to side, a nice gentle one to start off. And then gradually coming a little bit higher. So pulling up, using those tummy muscles to help pull you up. Let the arms still swing side to side, but now they're knees, and then they're at thigh height, and then you're coming all the way back up and just back into those little arm swings again. So hopefully that's just eased off your lower back a little bit. Good. And a nice little leg stretch in. Okay, shake it through, shake it through. You're going to bring one leg up behind you. Keep the knees nice and close together. Hold on to something if you need to, Milo. That radiator's been on, so be careful, okay? And just feel that stretch down the front of your thigh. It's hard to balance, isn't it? So you find something to focus on, something to balance. Good. Same leg, stepping it out to the side. So you're leaning into the side. Should get that stretch through your inner thigh now. Perfect. And then back in, switching sides, so bringing that knee in and back. Good. Hold it here. Oh, that feels like a really good stretch. Once you've got your balance, if you just push your hips forward, remember you're going to increase the stretch down the front there. Good. And then stepping out to the side, again, leaning your body weight into that knee as wide as you can so you get that stretch through. Good. And then we'll be warmed up and we're going to crack on with our session. So if you've just joined, all you're going to need is a resistance band, okay? And your mat. 2 and 1, and come back in. Shake it off. So we're going to start off with the legs today. The resistance band here is really just as a focus tool, so if you haven't got one, don't worry too much. Milo, do you want to do the moves with the band and I'll do it without? So we're going to start off with squats, okay? So if you're using a band, you're going to extend your arms out in front of you, squat down nice and low, hold, and then come back up. So it's a really slow movement, as I said. The band is just there to act as a little guide, so you can just do it with the arms, squatting down, hold, and back up. Good. So just make sure that your shoulders are pulled down away from your ears, that you're not holding any tension. Coming up. Lovely, we've got 2 more of these. So good one to get those glutes and those quads fired up. Hold and up. 1 more of these. Down, hold, and coming back up. Lovely, you're going to bring your band overhead and you're going to come into a high knee march with a pull down. High knee march with a pull down. I'm going to just demonstrate with the band. So you're lifting up your knees as high as you can, bringing the band down to meet it if you can. Now obviously if you want to go a little bit higher impact and a bit more cardio based here, you can jog these legs through, but just doing it like this, you should still be getting warm. You don't need the impact to get your heart rate up, okay? So go at whatever pace you want to. Good. Perfect. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're back into those squats with arm extension again, okay? So sitting back, extending, so really trying to reach fingertips as far back from your bottom as you can. Coming up. Good, should we do it like this? So squatting down, hold, and coming up. Good, how are we doing? Keep going. Breathe. So make sure when you come down into your squat that your knees are in line with your toes. 2 more of these. And you're not gripping onto your mat, okay? Coming up. 1 more. Squat down. Extend those arms, hold the band if you want to. And back up again. Good stuff. Roll the shoulders through. We're back in with that knee drive and pull down. So if you're using the band, again, just pull it apart so there's a little bit of tension in the band and make those arm muscles work a little bit harder. And then drive your elbows down into your rib cage. Good. Reach up, Milo. Woo. Good stuff. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders back. Shake it all out. Grab a quick drink if you need to. Good stuff. Okay. Grabbing hold of your band again, staying on the legs. We're going to tie ourselves up, okay? So again, if you haven't got a band, it's fine, you do the same moves without, or if you've got one of those little loop bands. So we're starting off just with a little rock, side to side. So hips staying in line with your knees the whole time, hip bones staying in line, so you're not doing this. And we're just moving the legs apart. So there's a little bit of tension in the band there. You should start to feel that coming into your outer thighs, your glutes. Good, so just keep rocking. Perfect. So just go side to side, Milo, you don't have to do this with the band. So we're pretending to be penguins, okay? This is how penguins walk. So rocking it through. Can you feel it starting to come into your thighs? Can you feel it, Lily? Mm-hmm. Got feedback, I've got the other one out of shot. Keep going. We've got 2 more, 1 and 2. Then we're going to take it into a squat. Nice slow controlled squat again. As we come back up, we're going to come into a lateral extension, so out to the side. And we're going to alternate each time. Squatting down low, coming back up, extend. Good. So again, just keep that chest open, shoulder blades back as you come into your squats. Push your weight back into your bottom, kick out to the side. So as you're coming into these lateral extensions, try and keep your torso, your body, upright. So if you can see your reflection, it helps with this one. Your body is staying tall, you're not leaning in the opposite direction. Just the legs, oh sorry darling, the glutes that are doing the work. And if you've got someone sit next to you, try not to kick them. Good. Keep going here. Woo. One more on each side. So this is one. Back down. All the way up. And two. And then straight back in to our penguin walk. Good. So rocking side to side, side to side. Okay. Hopefully these legs are nicely fired up. Roll the shoulders, draw them down and back. From here, we're coming into our monster walk. 2 and 1. So you might not have a great deal of space, in which case you just need to take a couple of steps forward and a couple of steps back. But if you've got more space around you, feel free to go off for a wander. You don't have to stay in front of your camera, but really try and sink your bottom down as low as you can so that you feel the burn, feel the burn. Good. Woo. Keep going. Good. Oh look, who can get as low as Milo? Not me. Keep going. For 3, 2 and 1. Coming back up. Give the thighs a little pat down. We're back into our next little side waddle. So you should really be feeling those glutes firing up now. We're going to give them a break in a moment. We've got one more monster walk to do. In 3, 2 and 1. Coming down, can you get a little bit lower? Oh my gosh, Milo, you're making me work harder. Whoo! As low as you can. Okay, even if it's just one step out and one step back. Good. Keep going, sorry darling. Woo! Stay low, stay low, stay low. For 4, 3, hard work, 2 and 1. Stand up. Woo, you can kick that band off and give your legs a little shake out, a little pat down if you need to. Grab a drink. Good work, guys. Got those legs properly warmed up. Boom. Okay, giving them a little break. We're coming on to some upper body stuff. No equipment needed for this first set. Then we'll start using the bands, okay? So the first one, arms coming out, palms facing down, and we're going to pulse. Pulse. So really small little movements. As you do so, try and think about what your tummy muscles are doing. So trying to squeeze that core in, but without holding your breath, okay? So I don't want you tensing so much that you're holding your breath and your shoulders shoot up, but I want you trying to get some tension into those abdominals. It might automatically squeeze your glutes a little bit as you do this. Good, and we're pulsing. Keep going here. Breathe. 3, 2 and 1. Then all you're doing is turning, flipping your hands, pointing them up. Same thing. Squeezing that core. A little bit of tension in the glutes. Milo, do you know what your glutes are? Your bottom. Good. Keep pulsing. Whoo! So you should feel this now. Coming in, perhaps across the top of your shoulders. You're going for 3, 2 and 1. Then from here we're coming into shoulder taps. Shoulder taps. So as I extend my arms back out in front, I'm not letting them drop. So my elbows are staying in line with my chest. This is where the burn should start to come in. Can you feel it, Louis? Yeah. Woo! So don't forget to keep breathing. This is our warm-up, ladies, before we get onto the band. It's going to make your shoulders feel the burn today. It's so good though. If it's burning, you know it's working. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and roll your shoulders either independently or both together, either direction, whatever feels good for you. Okay, grab a quick drink and then you're going to grab your band again. Louis, can you pass me the band? Boom. Perfect. So you're going to need to unknot it, okay guys? So if you knotted up your band, just untangle it here so that we can come on and use it. We're going to come into some figure of 8s, just as a little release from those burners that we just did. So again, you can do this movement without the band if you haven't got one. You're circling around in a figure of 8. Just play around with how much tension you want to have in the band. So mine will be in windmill. Whoops. Windmill with your arms. Good. Then you're going to change direction, so come around the opposite way. That should feel quite nice. It should feel like a good release. We're going for 3, 2, and 1. Then from here we're going to come into some little pulses. So for your little pulses, option number 1, you keep your arms or your elbows quite close in towards your rib cage. Slightly easier. Harder option, you extend away. So if you're extending away, again staying nice and tall, make sure that you're not rounding through the shoulders, squeezing that core in. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it through, roll it through. Good. Staying here, you're going to come into your speed ball. So either up overhead, just the arms, or if you're feeling coordinated, I'm going to get you coming into a lunge pulse at the same time. Lunge pulse at the same time. So dropping that knee down. It helps if you start off with one of the motions first, because otherwise it's a bit like rubbing your head and patting your belly, or whichever way around it is. Good, keep going. Woo. 3 and 2. Keep the arms going, but if you're adding in that lunge pulse, I want you to switch legs. Oh, you can feel it now. Keep going, keep moving those arms. I know it's burning. We can do it. 4, 3. Good. 2. Last one. 1. Oh, come down. Roll those shoulders through. Nice work. Milo, are you getting tired now? Okay, for this next little set, we're going to come down to kneeling on our mats, okay? So if you need to adjust your screen a little bit, then do. We're coming into a high kneel. So you want to come down, kneeling up high, so if you need a little bit of extra padding, if you want to roll your mat up a couple of times, then do. Again, hip bones should be in line with your knees, okay? So don't bring your knees too wide, and then you should be lengthening up so you're nice and tall. You know the score. Okay, so just coming into this position, we're setting our pelvic floors, okay? So it makes our body have to think a little bit more by being in this position as opposed to doing it standing. We're going to come into some chest pushes. In fact, I'm going to turn this way a little bit. So you can use your band for this. You can do it without. If you want to use some little light weights, you can do that too. You're going to push forwards, exhale, sink your belly button. So try and concave out that belly, and then breathe in as you come back in. So exhale, big breath out. Inhale, relax the belly, come back in. Exhale, push out, squeeze, and relax as you come back in. So even though we're working the arms here, I'm really trying to get you to think about what your core is doing. Okay, so you can go quite exaggerated with this movement, so really squeeze in and relax. So I'm trying to purposely pull my belly in and exaggerate the movement out just to show you what's happening. Good. So don't forget, use your breath to help you. Exhale, push out. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, push out. Inhale, come back in. We've got 3 more of these. Good. Can you feel it? Can you feel some movement, some tension, some work going on in your core? Hopefully so. Okay, 1 more. I lost count. Exhale. And in, back in. If you've got a helper that they want to pull the band in the opposite direction, then you'll really get some tension going on. Okay, staying in this kneeling position, we're going to come back into those lat pull down. So like we did with our high knees, band above your head, drawing the elbows into your waist. So the band should be coming behind your head at this point, okay, if you're using a band. You want me to show you?
No, it's too big.
It's too big. See, if it's too big, you can fold it in half, look. So just like you would have that bar at the gym, pulling it down, but without dipping, without leaning forwards. Good, so a really good shoulder on this one. Good, keep going. V, W. V with your arms, then W. Good stuff. Couple more of these. Let's do 3. 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Roll the shoulders. Now we can come down to sitting on the floor, okay? So just spin yourself around and come up to sitting. We're going to come into a seated row. So hooking your band underneath your feet. I don't know why I didn't get more bands out. I've got about 1 million in the house. Oh, my little guy. Thanks. You're going to hook it underneath your feet. And remember, with your seated rows, how far you lean back is going to impact how much core work you're doing, okay? So if you need to take care of your core, stay sitting up nice and tall, drive those elbows back, and just pull. If you want to work your core a little harder, you can lean back more into it. Good. So exhale again as you do the work. Pull back. But what I'm not doing is rocking my body, so I'm not doing this. Okay, so find the position where you feel like those abdominals are kicking in, and pull. Pull. Watch out for my elbows. Good. Keep going here. How's this feeling? It's work on the arms, but it's also some nice core work. So stay with me for a little bit longer. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. Just pull yourself back up to sitting. Use your band to help you if you need to. You're going to put the band down for a second, but we're going to stay sitting up. We're going to work on those thighs again. So for this one, you've got to sit up really tall, okay? So really try and imagine that you're lengthening up. Legs are extended out in front of you. You're going to flex your feet. And we're just going to lift one leg up and down. So I'm not coming high off the mat at all, but what I'm trying to do is keep my back straight rather than doing this. If I do this, it's easy. If I stay upright, it's not easy. So you can put your hand on your thigh and just feel those muscles kicking in. Short little pulses. Stay upright. We're not doing many. 3, 2, 1. Good. Roll those shoulders. Reset if you need to. Switching sides. Flex the foot. Try and use your core to help you stay stable. If you need to bring your hands down onto the floor, then of course you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a toughie, that one. Lean forwards. Grab hold of your shins or your ankles. Just stretch off that lower back a little bit. Good stuff. And then you're going to come around to lying back on your mat, okay? So if you need to come onto your side first, then do. Otherwise, you can come into a little roll down. Good. We're going to do some bridges. Milo, do you want to come onto my lap? So you're going to bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. If you've got a little one and you want to use them as resistance, then you can. Otherwise, you can use your band by pinning it to the floor. You're going to lift your hips up as high as you can. Hold and squeeze. Good. Harder when they get wrigglier. Stay up, stay up. So concentrate on your breathing here for 2 and 1, and then gently roll back down, okay? So vertebrae by vertebrae, lowering yourself back down to your mat. Reset your core, so belly button back to spine. Another deep breath, and then as you exhale, pushing your hips and lifting away. Good. Hold it here. So automatically with your lift, you'll be squeezing your glutes. I want you staying here. Keep breathing naturally, okay? 2 and 1, rolling back down. Just carefully with your back as you roll back down. Bottom's the last thing to come down onto your mat. Reconnect, reset your core. And then when you're ready, lifting up again. So really trying to push your hips up as high as is comfortable. Okay? So you might be coming kind of mid-back height. You might be coming up further onto your shoulders. You might feel like you're not coming up very high at all. Don't worry, you will be. 2 and 1, rolling back down. Good, nice controlled movement here. Okay, we're not trying to rush it. Okay, I've now got socks in my face. We're going for 2 more of these. So in your own time, ready, and lift, hold. Thanks, Milo. Woo. Good. You might have a gymnast on you as well. Rolling back down. Good stuff. Okay, final one. Try and push those hips up as high as they can go. Squeeze the glutes. We're going to hold this one a little bit longer. Good. Stay here. So keep squeezing the glutes, but keep breathing. You're going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling back down. You can bring your knees into your chest and have a little hug out, okay, if that feels nice, to just, again, release that lower back. Good stuff, hold it here.
Oh wow.
For 2 and 1. Then you're going to roll around onto your side if you're not being pinned down to the floor. So at this stage, we're just going to finish off working our glutes a little bit more. So if you want to tie your band back around your ankles to add in a little bit of resistance, then you absolutely can do, or use one of your small loop bands. You can either be down flat on the floor, or you can prop yourself up. Just make sure that your elbow is underneath your shoulder, and then straighten your legs out. If you've got the band, you're only going to be coming up a small way, okay? You're going to be using the resistance of the band. If you're not using the band, I want you coming up a little bit higher, but just pulsing. So we're not doing the leg lifts. Either way, we're just pulsing. Good. Okay. And as you do these, obviously I don't need to tell you where you're going to be feeling it, because hopefully you're going to be feeling it pretty quickly. But what I do want you to do is have a little play around with your foot positioning. So you can try this with pointed toes, okay? And then you can try it with flexed feet. And just see if you can notice where the difference is in terms of where you're feeling it. When I do my pointed toes, I feel it more through my quads, through the front of my thighs. When I flex my foot, I feel it coming more into my calf. So again, it just depends on what you want to target and what feels good for you. Just keep going. Good. 3, oh thanks Milo. 2 and 1. You're going to come around onto the opposite side. You're making my job so easy. You're going to lift my leg up again for me. So just get into position. Make sure that your hips are stacked, one on top of the other. You can just lie here. You can just do nothing at all. Get your, oh man, you let go, I've got to work again. Okay, so keep pulsing. Thanks. Good, keep going. Don't worry about that message, darling, you can ignore it. Don't press anything, baby. Milo, don't press anything for me. Thank you. Keep going. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down, give your thigh a little pat out if you need to, unhook your band. If you were using your band, we're going to roll over onto all fours to finish off. I've got one final move that I want us doing, and then we're going to come into our stretches. So onto all fours, again, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip. We're going to come into this one, which is your fire hydrant. Milo, does this remind you of anything?
No.
No. Some people think it reminds them of a dog going for a wee on a lamppost. What do you think? Maybe. It's a very glamorous mood, ladies. So just, opening up those hip flexors and feel it coming into the glutes. Good. Keep opening. Breathe. We've got 3 more on this leg. 3, 2, and 1. Come back in, push back into child's pose just for a second to lean it out, stretch it out. Before you come onto the opposite side, pushing back up, and then opposite side, hinging from the hip. Oh my goodness, this is a wobble of Milo. Good, so opening up, Just thinking about what your core muscles are doing. Are you pulling your belly button back up towards your spine? A couple more of these and then we're going to stretch it out. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. We're going to come all the way back into child's pose now. So if you want to open your legs out wider, you can. If not, keep them close together. Don't worry if your bottom doesn't come all the way down towards your heels, but really try and walk your fingertips as far forward as you can. So ladies, I know it's not always easy trying to fit in your workouts around the little ones. So if you need to stop at any point, then of course you can. I always say that this is a really relaxing pose, but obviously it depends on whether you're getting clambered over or not. Good. Hold it here for 1 more minute. See if you can walk those fingertips a little bit further forwards. I just want to give us a really nice shoulder stretch because we did some power work there on the shoulders. 2 and 1. And then when you're ready, pushing up onto all fours. We're going to come into some cat-cows. Miley, can you just jump off my back for 1 minute, darling, so I can show this one? So for your cat-cows, you're rolling your shoulders up and then you're dipping your hips and pushing your bottom back. So rolling up, lovely one, this one, pull the belly button in, dip down, push the bottom up. Good, rolling up and then pushing back. Hopefully this one feels really nice for you. If it doesn't feel amazing, just don't go quite as exaggerated with the movements, okay? It's a nice release for that lower back that can sometimes feel a little bit sticky. Good, 1 more. Rolling the shoulders up and then dipping down. Good stuff. Just gently coming back up to sitting and we'll stretch those legs out a little bit. Okay, so just come around, woo, to sitting up. Tuck one leg in. Okay, all the way in. I want you to take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to reach down along your straight leg, but you're also going to bring the other arm up overhead. So you're getting that nice stretch again through the rib cage. Hold it here. Thanks, Miley. Thanks for helping me out and joining in. Good, so hold it here. Take another deep breath as you exhale. Just see if you can lean into this one a little bit more. Oh, it might be a bit smelly under there. Okay, sitting back up, switching sides. So just tuck the opposite leg in, extend the other leg, sit up nice and tall. Nice deep breath as you exhale. Reach down along this leg, bring the other arm up overhead. Goodbye. Hold it here. Enjoy this stretch. Close your eyes if you want to. And then when you're ready to take another deep breath, just see if you can sink into that stretch a little bit more. Okay, it shouldn't be painful, but it should feel like you can feel the benefits of that muscle stretch. Good. 2 and 1. Coming back up to sitting. Last little one. We're going to open our shoulder blades up, circle around, tuck the chin into the chest. Hold it here. So really pulling your shoulder blades apart. Mando, do you want to pull my arms in? Oh, that feels nice, thank you. Good, hold it for 3 and 2 and 1, and come into some nice big shoulder releases. Boom. Wednesday, done. Whoa, pop you over there. Nice work, ladies. Thank you from me for joining us. Thanks for pushing it back a little bit. Thank you from Milo and Louis, my 2 helpers, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care.